What? What? Ugh. Oh! What? What? What's the problem? Oh! Oh, American politics. No. Let me sleep. Stephen Harper, what happened? Oh, no. Oh, sorry. Oh, God, we're filming. Hello, and welcome to Hey, I Can't Sleep. Stay tuned. We're going to talk about mental health issues and fatigue. Hey, I can't sleep. Won't you come and bitch with me? So grab yourself a tea and come and sit with me all night. Alright, hey, and welcome to Hey, I Can't Sleep with me, Jordan James. So, mental health issues and fatigue. This is going to be a chill coffee and conversation, unedited, messed up, the usual kind of a thing. Because I'm exhausted. I have mental health issues and I'm exhausted. So let's talk about it. Anyway, I guess it's just more of kind of a support video that I'm hoping could kind of maybe initiate some conversation. But I just want to let you know that I understand your fatigue. I understand that a lot of people don't understand your fatigue. That fatigue is one of those things that unless you're literally lying on the floor, people don't really have a lot of empathy or sympathy for you. Do you know what I mean? It's a symptom of mental health, certain mental health issues more so than others. Could be side effects of medication, could be side effects of your fight or flight system being in a constant state of something called hyperarousal. Google it, pretty interesting. Or it could just be a part of your depression. It could be a number of things. Even just the exhaustion of enduring, people, places, things, that kind of stuff. So know that you're understood here on Hey, I Can't Sleep, and that we validate your exhaustion, and that it's a safe place to land and have a discussion about it if you need to. So all I can really do is kind of talk a bit about what I experience. So it's hard to understand just how tired I can get. Sometimes for myself. Sometimes I see it coming, sometimes I don't. Like, I'll give you an example. I got to be a part of a beautiful experience yesterday because my nephew by tribe, we're not biologically related, was born. A healthy boy, Milton, 7.4 pounds, at 5:05, and it was incredible. Now, what made this stressful? It wasn't just typical stress of being with, in a situation where waiting around with someone to have their kid. I've done it before. It can be exhausting. However, it was different because of my mental health. So at one point in the afternoon, I just checked out. It was like I reached a limit. Everyone else, they had some fatigue, but it wasn't the same. I was tired, and I was also, on top of that fatigue, dealing with connecting with someone I hadn't seen in a while. That was very emotional for me to have seen this person. So that combined with that situation made me more vulnerable to the symptoms of my mental health. So I literally had to sit on the floor at one point. I just couldn't even handle just sitting there anymore. And I was getting grouchy and bitchy and short with the people around me. And I had to actually leave for a while and wait until my hyper aroused system started to kind of level out, because I realized that all these thoughts that I was having weren't about how my true relaxed self would respond to the situation. It was all because I was exhausted and I wasn't thinking clearly. But the thoughts that I was having while I was experiencing this seemed so real to me, and they were so different from the way that I actually felt about the situation, that I had to tell myself, hold on. Before you leave and get in your car and go home and miss out on meeting your nephew, what do you need to do right now? You're exhausted and you're overstimulated. You can't be in a room with all those people who are waiting around like it's a powwow, right? Which is wonderful, but I can't. I have social anxiety. I have post-traumatic stress disorder. These are all chronic things, unfortunately, that I'm dealing with for myself that I'm trying to work through. So, once I recharged my batteries and I had something to eat and I texted some apologies to some people I was crusty to, and I took some deep breaths, and I actually had a crying moment, because it wasn't just that, it was also how that moment triggered my own trauma, my own questions about what was it like when I was born. Maybe my parents were normal people when that happened. Who knows, right? These are all things that can float through our heads depending on the situations we're in. I'm just giving an example by being vulnerable and telling you mine. At the end of the day, I'm glad that I took the time to listen. I'm glad that I took the time to express to people that that's what was going on once I got my bearings, because then I was supported. I was given a place to be at a pace that I was able to cope with, and I didn't have to feel bad about it. And it's nothing personal. That's what people need to understand, that your fatigue is nothing personal. It's not that you don't want to see them. It's not that you don't want to do the wonderful things that maybe you used to do, or maybe you want to do. It's that sometimes just getting out of bed, brushing your teeth, and putting one foot in front of the other takes the same strength that it would to put in a whole day at work. And that's the honest to God truth. It's not about being lazy. You're not lazy. You're fighting hard every day. You're working hard every day. And congratulate yourself. So, that was my little rant. So, what do other people do? Do you cope ahead? Do you struggle with the same things that I'm talking about? Are there places around the Niagara region that help you and support you with your fatigue? Tell me about them. Until our next adventure, take care of yourself, play safe, and sleep on it, because it's probably going to be better in the morning. Congrats go out to Jacqueline and Jedi on their new baby boy, Milton. Welcome to the Looney Bin. Take care.